All right, sports fans, how's everybody out there doing? William Martin coming at you one more time here on YouTube with another edition of the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge Podcast. Now, today, Connecticut announced that Jim Mora would be their next head football coach. Mora comes to UConn after going 46 and 30 in parts of 6 seasons as a head football coach at UCLA. Now, Mora was fired back in 2017, and he's been away from the game for a couple of years. And hopefully, that refresher allows him to turn around the fortunes of a Yukon program that is really taking it on the chin lately. I mean, Yukon has not had a winning season since they were still in the Big East Conference. So you actually have to go back to 2010 to find that. I'll give you the breakdown. Since 2016, Connecticut has not had a year where they won more than 3 games. And of course, not playing at 2020 really, just took things for a bad situation for this Yukon football program and made them even worse. Now, make no mistake about it, Yukon football is far from being a powerhouse, as this is a basketball school. When you think about Yukon athletics, you think about their stellar women's program, and you also think about a men's program that has held its own as well, but not the football team. So it's something here. Yukon is now a football independent. They're no longer affiliated with a conference, and they have the ability to make their own schedule. But this is something where they're going to have to prove their worth. Now, one thing that Mora, or two things rather, that Mora is going to bring to the table for this team, that's discipline and accountability. He's not going to have the resources to work with like he did at UCLA. But you know what? He's going to hit the ground running and try to recruit, and that's going to be the biggest thing. Trying to recruit players from the Northeast that guys like they've basically been overshadowed because the top talent from the Northeast, they're not going to UConn. They're going to the ACC or they're going to the Big Ten, and more likely to the Big Ten than the ACC than anything else. But Mora has a spirit and a passion as a coach that is tailor made for college football. I mean, he did coach in the NFL with both the Falcons and the Seahawks. But, if you go back to the beginning of Jim Mora's time at UCLA, he did have some success, a couple of 10-win seasons. He got the Bruins to the Pac 12 title game, but they just fell short of winning, the Pac 12 conference. But, nonetheless, he did put UCLA football back on the map. And the thing is this, I mean, Jim Mora is a name that takes over the UConn program. But I look at this. This is a situation for Jim Mora. He takes over a program and he's playing with house money. He has absolutely nothing to lose because nobody is expecting anything out of UConn football. So if he can just make this team competitive and respectable and possibly win 6 games and get to a bowl game, they might build a statue for this guy in stores. And I'm not even trying to exaggerate or things like that. That's just the way it is. I mean, you look at Randy Edsel, his first run at UConn was very successful. Then he took the Maryland job, and then of course Maryland went to the Big Ten, and it was downhill from there. Randy Edsel attempted to come back to UConn, but he never was able to recapture that magic that he had once upon a time. Paul Pasqualoni took over for Randy Edsel when he left. He didn't have success. Bob Diaco uh, had a little glimmer of success. He was able to get UConn to a bowl game in 2015, but after a 3-9 campaign in 2016, he was fired. So it's a situation. I look at it like this: anything is possible. I'm not going to write off Jim Mora as UConn head football coach. Like I said, it's a situation where he's taken this job with house money. He has everything to gain and nothing to lose. And the Huskies under Jim Mora will compete. They will be a fiery football team. He's going to get guys that want to buy into his system, and he's going to get guys that want to work hard regardless of their talent level. It's going to be one of those things. If you build it, they're going to come. So he's going to have to take those lower tier guys and get the most out of them and then some as he looks to build his program. So it's going to be interesting to see going forward how this works out for Jim Mora and UConn. It was a hire that not a lot of people were expecting, but it's still has the potential to have some promise for the Huskies. So, folks, that is going to wrap it up. And as always, I want to take this time out to thank you for tuning into the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge podcast here on YouTube. I want to take the time out to thank all of you fine folks out there for tuning in. And if you have not already, please feel free to subscribe to this channel. Now, if you're on Twitter, please feel free to follow me at 300 Pounds of Sports. And like I always say, if you follow me, it'll be my pleasure to follow you right back. There's also the sports discussion group on Facebook at the Sports Depot 365. You can check it out. Drop a line and be a part of one of the better sports debating sites going on social media. So, once again, fine folks, my name is William Martin, signing off, saying take care and have yourselves a wonderful day.